Promosa up in here.
Sebastian Cage here, you know, future professional wrestler. And we're here with TakeOverPromotions. So you already know, get ready. Once again, I'm DirtyPromesa and I'm here with the next future star of pro wrestling, Sebastian Cage. And I'm here to ask him some questions, some easy questions, some tough questions. But I'm here to support him, promote him under the TakeOver promotion. And how you doing, Sebastian Cage, man?
Thank you for everything. Thanks for inviting me for the interview.
So, Sebastian Cage, man, would you like to tell people, like, what's your name and everything like that? You know, a little just slight thing.
All right. My real name is Duran. I am 23 years old, and I've been wrestling for a year and 6 months, professional.
That's cool. So where were you born at? Here in the States?
I was born here in Manhattan, New York. I was raised out in DR.
Yeah.
Went over there real young, came back out, you know, back and forth. But now I'm back, and I'm back for good, doing my thing.
Yo, I honor the fact that you gave me the opportunity to support you and get this interview so that my peoples on my TakeOver promotion page could support you. Maybe they see what you do. You know, we got some footage of you we want to share to the world. And thank you very much for that, man. So, you know, let's go on to the next one. And give us a little bit of how was your upbringing, and you know, we at the South Bronx right now, and how was your upbringing for your 23 years on this world, man?
Well, it was really good. I mean, I was raised in a family with a lot of love, you know. I grew up with my grandparents, you know. Parents was not really around, but you know how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, went to school, I did a lot of sports. I used to play baseball, basketball, I did a little bit of football. You know, having a lot of fun. I used to, well, the whole idea of me wrestling was, I used to wrestle in school with my friends. We used to just throw each other around and, you know, always talk about what we saw on TV, you know, the shows, the wrestling, everything. It was all like a childhood thing, so, you know.
Yeah, I grew up a big wrestling fan myself, man. You know, I ain't gonna lie, I got caught back on '99 again with the SmackDown, that era and stuff like that coming in. My first time seeing it again was '99, saw SmackDown. But I'm really up to the wrestling. When I heard that you was a wrestler and you was from around the neighborhood, man, I was like, yo, let me get up on that and let me talk to this man, because, you know, wrestling is my thing too. I love it, man. You know what I'm saying? I always wrestle with my nephews and nieces and, you know, family members, friends, just like we all did. But you took it to a whole nother level, and I appreciate what you're doing, man. We seen some footage with, and you're really doing your thing, man. You are the next future that I see. So, you know, so what are your childhood memories about watching wrestling then, man?
Oh, well, man, I've been a wrestling fan since as long as I can remember. Wrestling has been the one thing that I have never ever gave up. I never grew out of that dream. There was always that one thing that I couldn't stop watching. For some reason, I just couldn't stop watching. It was like watching the Titanic all over again, over and over. You never get tired of that.
Yeah.
Well, my first time seeing professional wrestling was when I was 4 years old. I remember being in Dominican Republic at the time.
DR?
Yeah, DR, baby. And my cousin coming from here from New York to DR. His name is Enrique, by the way. And I remember him, back in the days, there was tapes. There was no DVDs or none of that. 90s, talking about the 90s, early 90s. And I remember him bringing a big tape and sitting me down right next to him. And he put the tape in. And I remember the first image that came out, it was Royal Rumble 1994. And I remember that match with The Undertaker versus Yokozuna in a casket match.
I'm gonna have to watch that on WWE Network, man. I'm gonna check that one out.
And I remember they put in The Undertaker inside a casket and closing him and driving him all the way to the screen where the entrance was at. And I remember the one scene that changed my life forever was when The Undertaker's face came out on the screen. And he just turned his face and opened his eyes real wide. And I remember as a kid watching that, it changed my life. I was like, oh my God, like, wow. Then the casket blows up, he flies out of the casket. You know, that was the thing that made me say as a kid, remind you, I'm 4 years old at the time. It reminds me And I remember saying, wow, I want to do that when I grow up. That was the moment where I said, you know what? Pro wrestling is what I'm gonna do one day.
How your parents feel about you wrestling, man? You know, are they encouraging? You know, it's hard to see your child. You know, you want your child to be a doctor, lawyer, teacher, something like that. But a pro wrestler, you know, just tell me a little bit. You wish the kid.
They not too happy about it, you know. But I mean, at the end of the day, you're gonna do what you're gonna do, man. You just can't fight it when you want something and that's your dream and that's what you live for. Then just go for it. You know what I mean? Straight ahead. Don't let people tell you you can't do something. And if that's what you really want and that's what your heart is telling you to do. No matter what, you're gonna do it. You're gonna go for it, and you're gonna do what you're gonna do. And I'm living the dream.
Exactly. That's why I'm hoping that my support to you will help you out. That's what this is all about. It's helping the next person support his dreams and his enthusiasm for what he's doing. You know, we all have to follow our own paths, man. Some paths people don't want to see our dreams because they don't see through our eyes, but we see what we see. You know what I mean? This is what TakeOverPromotions is all about, supporting the next person as well. And I also have a dream as an artist myself, you know, so I support you at that. In pro wrestling, you know, like in football, baseball, basketball, are there any trophies, accolades that they give you for doing this type of sport?
Well, yeah, when you become champion of different companies, you know, sometimes you get the belt, and you get a lot of awards, you get certificates. Like, I mean, I got a certificate for the Rookie of the Year,
nice.
Trophy, you know, and basically, to me, it's more of the award that I'm getting the chance to go out there every night for 15 to 10 minutes, 20 minutes, into an hour, and I go out there and I perform, and I make all those people that pay their hard-earned money to come watch me, I make them go home with a smile on their face. Especially kids. You know what I mean? I do what I do for the fans. Everything I do is for the fans. It's just, where are you going? Just to show them that they can come here and they can be entertained on a level that they have never experienced.
So how long have you been wrestling so far?
I've been
as a pro wrestler
professionally for a year and 6 months.
Name you go by as a wrestler, and where's some of the places that you've been at since you've been doing this wrestling?
My wrestling name is Sebastian Cage.
Nice. And where's some of the places you've been so far to wrestle at? You know, some of the events you have been. Give some of the names if you can remember off the top of your head.
Definitely. The first company I worked for was BWF. That's a wrestling promotion here in the Bronx. It stands for Bronx Wrestling Federation. I wrestled there for like 6 months. That's where I started my independent career. Then I wrestled for NGW, that stands for New Generation Wrestling. I wrestled in FSW, stands for Fighting Spirit Wrestling in Brooklyn. I wrestled for RPW, stands for Rival Pro Wrestling That's in Massachusetts. About it.
So have you been, while you've been doing this for years, some change, have you suffered any injuries since becoming a wrestler?
Well, yes. It's something you cannot escape. In this sport that we do, it's very physical. Everything, it can be staged, but for the people out there that say that wrestling is fake, well, it's very real. The physicality in it and everything you do in that ring is very real. Well, yeah, I've suffered a lot of injuries now. I've had my knees have been hurt, my back, couldn't walk, my elbows pretty banged up, you know, got hit by a chair, got busted open, you know, a lot of concussions.
Concussions are a big concern.
Yeah, it happens. It's part of the game.
I hear you.
You know, a lot of ankle problems, you know. It's something you can't escape.
Exactly.
You know, remember, this is total physicality. It's 100% physical.
So in your time you've been fighting in the years, so have you fought any wrestlers that have gone on, you know, to NXT, WCW, WWE, but you know, almost close to being into WWE or NXT? But I know that's your mission, you know, but they say that everybody really knows each other in the wrestling circuit, to my knowledge, and somewhere, somehow, y'all bonded and y'all got to wrestle each other somewhere. So is anyone that you know that made it to that next level?
Well, yes, I've wrestled. I had my dream match last month. I wrestled against former WWE superstar, and right now he is a superstar in TNA. Ryan Myers, well known as Kurt Hawkins from the Edgeheads, the guy who used to be with Edge, Zack Ryder. Where I wrestled him.
I'm familiar with.
Yeah. I wrestled him. That was my dream match. I had a great match. It was very, very, very. He's great, man. I don't have the words to explain how wonderful that match was.
And as being a pro wrestler, what do you do to keep yourself in shape? What's your regiments, your eating habits? You know.
Well, you know, there's a lot of workout into it. You got to put a lot of workout. I mean, I do a lot of squats. I do push-ups, I do a lot of cardio.
Cardio,
cardio has to be 100% on point. You have to be on point with your character or with cardio, because, you know, everything you do in the ring is here and there, here and there, here and there. So you have to have cardio, you know, bench pressing, a lot of squats, your legs. You got to have a lot of leg strength to pick people up and slam them.
Have you worked with any trainers? Some of the trainers that you work with? Teaching you the steps and the techniques?
Yes.
To better your skills?
Well, I was trained by a well-known Mexican wrestler that he wrestled all over the Mexican promotion. His name is Astro Negro. He's been in AAA, all the companies you can imagine in Mexico. He's been out here, and he took me under his wing. When he first met me, he took me under his wing. He taught me the old-fashioned way. He taught me how to do luchador style, high flying. Everything I know from this man. Then I went into a transition. I wrestled in FSW, and I met Joel Maximo from the SATs, the Spanish announce team. He's been all over the place. He's wrestled in WWE. He's wrestled in TNA. At the very beginning of TNA, the SAT. He's been all over, CCW, every company independent that you could think about, he's been in.
So what kind of style would you think your style, your techniques for all the trainers, what kind of style do you think you're focusing on, your style?
Well, I have a little mix in between the American style and the Mexican style, all bonded together with a little bit of strong style in there, Japanese, you know, a lot of hard blows and a lot of, you know, kicks and suplexes. I do a lot of flips, you know, and a lot of groundwork, a lot of chaining, you know, That's pretty much it. I have a mix of everything. So I can work anybody. You put me in there with a Mexican wrestler, all he knows how to do is do lucha, I can get in there. Put me with a technical wrestler, I can get in there and work him. You can put me in there with a Japanese wrestler, we could go there and kill this.
So how do you keep motivated in the pro wrestling business, so to keep yourself going? Because I know this is something you want to do.
Well, to me, it doesn't really matter if it's thousands or hundreds or 10 people. It could be 2 people in the crowd. I'm gonna make sure I go out there and I do what I gotta do to entertain those 10 to 2 people.
Love your response.
You know what I mean?
Love your response.
I'm just there to make sure that those people that came to watch me or to watch the rest of the roster got their money's worth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to entertain them.
A little more detail about when you walk through the curtain. Just a little.
It's an adrenaline rush every single time.
My man, baby.
Yeah, when you walk through the curtain, you feel like this energy coming from the crowd. You feel this energy, and to look at that other person when you're facing them in the ring, it's like it's something that it has no way to explain, you know?
Another entity of the TakeOver Promotion. I go by DirtyPromesa, and I understand what you're saying. Exactly, I understand what you're saying, man. Like I always say, man, whether it's 2 or 2,000, I'm going to be there to perform and do the best I can. Are there any professional pro wrestlers like now that you would like to, get in the ring with, or have the opportunity to get in the ring with and square off with?
Definitely, of course. That's the whole, I had my first dream match, which was against Brian Myers, Kurt Hawkins. That's one of my favorite wrestlers as I was growing up. But yeah, of course, I would love to face The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels. I would love to face Triple H, Seth Rollins, some of the new talent, Neville. I know me and Neville could go in that ring and tear it up.
Neville's a new thing. If y'all haven't seen Neville, yo, his move cause.
Yo, we have this similar style, Finn Balor from NXT. Oh man, you know that. And
his entrance is off the hook.
Oh my God!
I mean, his entrance, and he's still
character. His whole character is just it's like something you've never seen before.
Makeup and everything.
It's crazy. Like the way he gets airbrushed and paint.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I seen him. He's holding the belt right now.
Yeah, he's the NXT champion.
Beat Kevin we
Yeah.
but we all about here the next future. This be the next future. Sebastian Cage, man. I'm DirtyPromesa, TakeOverPromotions. I'm here for you right now, man. Bigging you up. I'm hoping my support in this interview rises up your stock. Yes. And I'm also very thankful that you're giving me the opportunity to interview you. What is your next match coming up? Do you frequently wrestle like every week, or is just like maybe twice a month?
Well, I wrestle every week on Fridays. I wrestle every Friday. I have a show every Friday in FSW. I wrestle.
Say that again.
I wrestle every single Friday. We have a show in FSW.
So how can they get in contact with you, man? Email, Facebook, YouTube,
everywhere. I have everything. I have Facebook. Sebastian Cage for anything. Twitter, Sebastian Cage. Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. All is under my name. I got a YouTube account. I got the channel. Subscribe, Sebastian Cage. You'll see my matches there. You'll see a little bit of the promos. You'll see our interview up there real soon when everything is down.
And I see you got some new marketing. You got your shirts. Just like I got my corporate takeover shirt.
Yeah, we got the shirt.
That's the Sebastian Cage shirt.
With the future in the back.
The future in the back. That's big up the shirt, man. Really nice shirt. Good quality.
Definitely. We got the future in the back.
Just got him in stock, man. As I was doing this interview, he got the package in. So support that.
That's a real superstar right there when he has a mug with his face on it. Yeah, definitely.
I gotta get up on that.
You gotta get this.
So for this, we about to end this off right now. But can you just give a few words to the young youth, people who are trying to get into this business, or just trying to be an entrepreneur for themselves, to let them know that, if this is what you want to do and you got the heart for it, the passion, you're not always going to have support, but you have to have your own passion. You have to have your own. See, somebody already called them. It might be for the next match. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just let the people know, the youth know, anybody who know, man, like getting into this business or just supporting what you like to do. Because I expressed it many times, but I like to hear from the next gentleman, next woman about doing this and just staying the strive, and man, let them know that this what you like to do it. So, you know, before we end this, let them know. Give the final word here, man.
Well, what I have to say for the younger youth coming up is, you know, follow your dreams, man. Do whatever you could do that makes you happy. You know what I mean? You just go out there and give it your all, and don't let nobody tell you you can't do something. You're gonna go in life as far as you want to go. Nobody can stop you. Only God, and you know, like always, it's always about what you want to do at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So if it's wrestling, basketball, football, baseball, you know, it's either you want to be a teacher or whatever it is that you want for your life, go out there and get it. Go out there, do it. You know what I mean? Don't talk about it, be about it. You know what I mean?
And those are what success stories are built off, man. I pray that you do succeed in currency, money, happiness, joy. I'd like to thank you, shake your hand, Sebastian Cage, man, for giving me the opportunity to interview you. I'm TakeOverPromotions, interviewing the future superstar, Sebastian Cage, man, a pro wrestler, man. This is TakeOverPromotions, and we're gonna sign out. Peace, man. Pinkies up. Loyalty, royalty, and respect, man. That's what it's all about. So signing off, man. Sebastian Cage. Thank you very much. One more time. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right.